Ot 5, 56 degrees here in Carroll Valley, heading on into Gettysburg. It's Labor Day, Labor Day, if you will. A day off for all of you, most of you, maybe, some of you, who knows, not for me. Going into work now. This afternoon, if you're a patron, 2 p.m., we will live stream the recording session of an Ask a Guide with Lewis Trott. So if you've got some time today, I know it's your day off and you want to spend time with the family and do all that fun stuff. But if you do have some time, make sure you catch it and call in, because we're going to put this out during one of our normal live stream Ask a Guides. We wanted to have Lewis on, but he's unable to get up here on Wednesday nights. But because it's Labor Day, he's up here anyway, so we're doing it here. And then we will release it on one of these Wednesdays in the next month or two. So, hope to see you there. Hope to see you there. Good morning, Ray. Happy Labor Day to you. Feel bad for people who might be down at the beach. I don't know if it's as cold there as it is here. I think it is, depending, I guess, where you are. But if you're in the Northeast, I think that Canadian air is whatchamacallit, they're affecting all of us. So if you're down there for that last weekend of soaking in the sun and frolicking in the sand and the sea, man, you sat in all that traffic for nothing, did you? That's too bad. That's too bad. Sorry for your loss this year. Well, I just passed a car and the driver was not looking up at all. So we are now, as we are every day, passing through Fairfield, a lovely little town. We had coffee and iced tea at the Mansion House yesterday with Ken Gavin and his girlfriend Kim. Ken will be doing one of our tavern talks, actually the last one in November. So again, if you're a patron, I'll repost the links because it's kind of buried now, but scroll down a few weeks, you'll find all the links to all of the ticket reservations. They're not sales, they're reservations for our patrons over on Patreon over there. Free. They're free for you. And we're going to give you food and we're going to give you 2 drinks. That's right, because we're putting you to work. That's how it goes. You're a member of the audience, and at Addressing Gettysburg, the audience is the star. That is right. Corny as it sounds, that's what we're doing, because nobody else does. Now you'll notice we're going at a snail's pace here through Fairfield. That's because it's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, and they're very, very strict about you not speeding. Which is, good. Matt C., good morning to you. It's very strange to see my own name and initial pop up and have somebody else speaking. But it's great nonetheless. I wish you could see the view off to my left. Maybe someday I'll remember to point the camera that way. It's a beautiful view. Just farm fields and mountains with orchards on them. Very pretty country out here. It's a bit nipply out there. I'm going to roll up the windows. 56 degrees. It's warming up. Hey, Dustin, how are you? Good morning. Happy Labor Day to you. What is everybody doing for Labor Day? Are you getting that last beach trip in? You up at the mountains, at the lake? What are you doing? what did we do this weekend? Oh, Saturday I edited. Sunday I met with Ken to talk about the Tavern Talk. And then we had dinner with friends. And now, here we are. Dustin is very smart. He's drinking Little Ground Top and trying to avoid the kids. There you go. That's the way to do it. I avoided them my whole life. Never had them. No accidents. Winning streak over here. Oh, yeah. I do regret that, though. Kind of wish there was an accident somewhere along the way. But you live, you learn, right? Maybe next time, if I get to go around this blue marble again in future life or whatever, I'll be a devout Catholic or something, and I'll have pretty kids. Who knows? Who knows? We shall see. What's interesting is I wonder if Bantam is open today. I think they are open. Not sure. We'll find out so I can get myself some coffee. So we're having I'm going to call together a Zoom meeting for all of the AG crew. So often I say that, people will send an email and they'll address it Matt and the AG crew. And I know they're talking about, everybody that they see on the show. And I always go, what crew? I'm the crew. Because the crew is that's who does the work, right? The people that get to sit on the show, we're having fun. But there are a lot of people around who actually have been bugging me, not in a bad way, but like reminding me that they are willing to help me. Unfortunately, like the skills that I needed people to have, they didn't have, and I couldn't teach it to them because if I was going to do that, then I might as well just continue to do it myself because it's a lot. And so I never really did anything. But this year I've finally gotten to the point where it's like, all right, whether I feel comfortable with it or not, whether I want to or not, I need to take these people at their word and accept their volunteerism. And we'll figure out something for them to do. So that if you were watching AG today, you saw or heard me say that the Get Out of the Car tours will continue next year if someone else runs them. And about 4 people came forward and volunteered. And we said, well, why don't we just make it an event committee and we'll do the tours and other things like any live shows or whatever. They would help the logistics of all that stuff. So that's what we're going to do. But then also we've got our friend Mike Stretch, who has been my website guy, and he did my logo, and he runs our t-shirt shop, and we merged his t-shirt shop with mine a couple years ago, and now we've got more merch over there for you. It's not just Gettysburg. We've got General Civil War, but also World War I, World War II. He manages all of that stuff and doesn't ask for a dime. We split the profits of the t-shirt shop, but otherwise, he's always just been happy to help, and all that. I've heard from our friend Josh down yonder in the south there, and he has offered to help with social media. And Court came along, and he's got some social media experience, so we're going to make a social media team there. And then our friend Derek is actually moving out here, and he's a videographer, and we've been having some pretty extensive conversations about him being our videographer, being the creative director or whatever you want to call it, for Addressing Gettysburg. And if all of those things actually can work, then this just might be salvageable, and we can actually take it to where I want it to go. But I can't do that alone anymore. So we're going to have a Zoom meeting, because I realized all of these people have heard of each other, but nobody's really, not nobody, but few have all seen each other or met or anything like that. And so if I'm going to have that team, I shouldn't compartmentalize. So we're going to try to pull it together and organize it, and get everybody knowing each other, and I'll have an organizational chart and all that crap, so that we can all figure out how everything works together, and who needs to work with whom, and who they report to, and then who then reports to me, and who we do everything through, and make it far more manageable for me. And that is, after all, the most important thing in the world. Hello, Francis. How are you? Tom, hello. Just listening to the making of AG from 2020. Oh my God. Is that the one with Bob or Pete? Is that the one they're interviewing me about the, what the hell is that one? About the narratives, right? Good morning, Wonder Monkey. Happy Labor Day to you. Enjoy your day off. What are you doing today? Looks like the Y is closed. Good thing I didn't get up and go to the gym. I woke up at 5 this morning. I was like, I'm going to go to the gym. But then I took the dog out. It was cold, and I was like, I'm not ready for this. So I went back inside, and I watched an episode of Chernobyl on HBO, which I saw before when it came out, but it's pretty good. So I watched it again. And it's a good thing, because the gym for me is the Y, and I would have gone to a closed gymnasium there. So Wonder Monkey should be working on his garage, he says, but he's not. Well, it is Labor Day, so it's the day to not labor. Morning, Ty. How you doing? How's the pup? Oh, Wonder Monkey's hanging out with his pup. There you go. Sometimes nothing better than to hang out with one's pup. Pup is good, crazy little man. He sure loved walking around the burg, though. Yes. The battlefield especially is great for dog walking. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, to keep your dog on a leash, and don't leave the shit bags lying around, please. It's very infuriating and very trashy. Want to do that stuff? There's plenty of cities around the country where you can just poop on the sidewalk and no one will say a word. Bring your dog there. But don't do that here. Thank you. I know, ironically, a lot of those people are actually locals. So it's not really the tourists. The tourists respect the place. I think what the trick is people will like put it by their tire, because they're always by the parking spaces. So they'll like put it by their tire. And I don't know, maybe they do some kind of charade in case there's somebody watching them that they can't see or something, or I don't know what they're doing, but so they might like walk around the back and just make it look like, oh, I'm just putting this here for safekeeping until I get in the car. And then they go and get the car and act like, oh, I forgot, and leave the poop there on the parking space. And it's just very not nice, very not nice. It's better to leave the poop out than it is to leave a plastic bag full of poop. Wouldn't you agree? Justin says the upcoming Fields of Fury event at the Daniel Lady Farm looks like it could be a good one. Yes, we're going to get footage at the tactical. I have to leave, but the other video guys are going to remain for the event itself. But we're going to get like B-roll during the tactical, because it'll be in the woods. It'll be like very early in the morning, and there will be no modern intrusions, no dopey spectators, no bleachers. Well, actually, there's no bleachers anyway. It's going to be an interesting one. And what he's talking about, folks, is a reenactment at the Daniel Lady Farm. We had Chris Jones on the show on Thursday to talk about it and what they're doing, and it sounds really good. And what I like about what he's doing out there is that he's creative. He's definitely a historian, but he's got that sense of showman that I think we need.